You are not above me. I bet you wish you was me. I know it, I know.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Only Friends podcast. I am your host and gracious sidekick, Matt Berkey. I'm doing the intro because Conrad can't be trusted.
Nope.
Where is Conrad?
Nor is he here. Oh, he's on vacation.
Wow, Conrad and Landon both left at the same time.
Yeah. What's it like?
So gray. Sad.
Well,
like a memorial.
It's nice to have you back, Melissa.
Right.
We should have wore like brighter colors.
I know, we should have worn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing all black like we're like at a funeral.
Yeah, and I have black shorts and a gray
Conrad
shirt
and
on.
Landon.
I mean, you guys look olive to me.
Yeah, I was out in the sun today.
Gray.
Late night pod, so I got some sun.
I'm olive as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to remind everybody and throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, someone you paid told you that you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how after the World Series and then a full week off that we all got, Conrad gets to take another vacation.
Where is he?
San Diego. Just chilling.
Landon's on a cruise.
Yeah, Landon's on a
You
cruise.
guys didn't have anywhere to go on vacation?
I would love to go on vacation.
I did. I went to San Diego on our week off.
Yeah.
Like a responsible member.
Yeah, we had a week off.
Well, why are they on vacation?
Conrad
now?
honeymooned with his wife here for 10 days.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, so he already had a vacation.
Yeah.
Now he felt a little burnout after 3 days back. Needed another break.
Okay.
You know, his mental health is fragile these days.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, you're our saving grace. People have been asking where you were. I said deceased, but here you are, risen.
You don't say passed away for me. That's what I say about Chin.
Right. Well, you know, you hadn't been in the comments lately, so I figured maybe both of you died.
I'm glad we do keep the tradition up of if you're not here, we shit all over you.
Oh, there's no other way. I
mean,
know.
honestly, that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
My week off was work. I fucking worked my whole week off.
Yeah.
How do you guys get away with it? God, I just want to go in a cabin in a woods somewhere. Maybe I'll go to Big Bear this weekend and just like hope it burns down while I'm there.
Sure.
You know,
you
in the
could
cabin.
vlog like alone style.
Yeah.
I think that people would watch that.
I think so too.
Naked and afraid.
No.
But then we get to be in the woods like doing booby traps and like trying to sabotage you.
Why does everything revolve around you sabotaging me? Why is this the theme? This is
funny.
this is just the sheer entertainment of it all. Like, what could we do to fuck up Berkey's day a little bit?
Because it would just be funny.
Sure. Well, it's easy. Just don't show up to the pod. Sabotage accepted. It's gonna be me and Guapo here one of these days.
Yeah.
Just
rock and roll.
How you doing, big guy?
We'll just sing.
Yeah, tell me about the 1-2 streets on WSOP. How are they looking?
Not too bad.
I heard Dyer was in the streets last night.
He was. I just recently found out that he has, I want to say like $3.5 million in earnings on tournaments or something like that.
Michael
I think
Dyer.
he final tabled the main event.
Yeah, all of it is from the main event. You got third.
Guess that makes sense.
I don't know if he's cashed anything since. No, that's a lie.
He's
I'm
very
kidding.
friendly in the cash streets.
Yeah, he gives it back pre. He likes the 3, 4, 5 bet. Get in there, you know. You were on the right side of it.
I was.
Good for you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good for you. Big shout out to my man Justin Chalk, aka Maioli on WSOP, probably in the chat. My pickleball partner. He fucking dusted off to you too.
Yeah, I took a buy-in off him. He 5-bet the jacks. I had the queens.
Imagine 5-betting Guapo with jacks.
I love that you guys
What
think
a
I'm like
torch.
this huge
Why?
nit.
You
I
can
feel
quiz the
like
phone
Guapo's
once in
I
a
don't
probably
while.
have any bluffs.
I feel
Yeah.
like he's probably not nitty anymore. He's been like studying.
Yeah, I go, did you have it? He goes, I had it. And I'm like, oh, you had kings or aces. He goes, queens. I'm like, and you called? I thought that was the 4-bet fold.
No.
God damn, here we
Not
go.
in there.
Oh, man. Shout out to Eve Fro. He says, I'll always show up for you, Berkey, even if you leave me hanging when I'm in Vegas.
Wow.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Shots
God
fired
damn,
everywhere.
Berkey.
That's like unbelievable that you did that.
It wasn't my fault. I
Such
didn't
an
know.
asshole.
Came back was like I totally showered him on purpose.
Yeah.
All you have to do is come say hi. I was having a nice conversation with Sharin and a few others that had been knocking a couple back late
Flex
night.
on having friends.
Yeah,
At the
sure.
elevator.
Sure. Friends adjacent, if you will. What have you been up to now that you've left us? It's been a long hiatus.
I was on when during the academy I was on a couple episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't been doing too much.
It's almost a year since.
Just hanging around.
Not really much.
I thought you needed to clear your schedule.
Not really.
You missed our sing along yesterday. We greatly could have used your talents.
Yeah.
Big
I
hit
haven't
though.
been doing much. Yeah, there's really zero exciting.
Wow.
It's like super boring.
Okay. I mean, I can relate.
Playing?
Yeah, I've been playing online this month. I realized how much I suck.
Studying?
Especially after playing live for months and months. I was like, got back online and I was like, oh God, it's not good.
2 different games, aren't they?
Well, I just get really rusty in all the nodes that matter.
That you could be lazy about live.
I start getting, because you can get away with so much. You can just
Like, how many times did you limp raise blind versus blind this summer?
Maybe 3.
Okay, I would have easily taken 0 and like felt comfortable about it.
No, I like the lip raises.
I know that they exist. I'm just saying when it comes to live, like you can just get lazy in these spots because the big blinds just like don't raise appropriately.
Yeah,
when they only raise 18%, you don't really have to limp raise. You just deal with it.
Yeah, unless they're like the like alpha reggy types.
Sure.
Then those are the ones you limp raise.
Yeah,
They'll always raise.
Yeah, you fuck on them.
Yeah.
So now
the ones that wear the backwards hats and stuff,
Good luck trying to fuck on me. I don't have a fold button.
I know.
I put chips in. I was playing today and I like c-bet in a bomb pot and got check raised. Or I guess check raised. And I call, obviously, because I have an open ender, and he's like, you just never fold. I'm like, look, if I put chips in the pot, it's certainly not with the aspirations of giving up.
I don't know why people try and make you fold.
It's insane.
It's like your thing is like not folding.
Have you heard of pot odds? Bet bigger. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I'm in there. Now that the summer's over, 2 very important questions are, number 1, how did you do? And then number 2...
I had my ROI was negative 30%.
Okay, not the worst.
Could have been worse.
I mean, that's within one standard deviation, either plus or minus, Seems reasonable. So the follow-up then is, how much do you hate tournaments?
Well, I think they're probably fun when you get deep.
Sure, I would imagine
Are you going to do it again? Are you going to put together a package next year? No.
Clip that.
No.
Clip that now.
Yes.
I will play the ones that are not 30-minute levels next year. Like, I'll play the Millie Maker and the Monster Stack and the main.
The three tournaments.
And all the 5Ks and above.
Because like the other ones are just like, I have no
Colossus
interest
is 40
in
minutes.
waking up at 10 a.m. to play a day 2 with a 12 big blind average where everyone's being super emotional. Like, it's like crazy. Like the amount of like emotions.
I mean, you sound like you're caught up in your feelings right now.
It's crazy. No, it was just like insane. I mean, also, oh my God, no, I can't say that. There was just like a lot of like interesting characters. And yeah, it was cool. I really wish I kind of didn't do it though.
That's a little results oriented, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But the process itself was just terrible.
So,
not a fun process, like playing, like grinding low stakes tournaments.
You did well in the latest tournament, right?
Yeah. I mean, I cashed for like 4x. No, I didn't even cash for 4x the buy-in. The buy-in's 1K.
Okay.
Cash for like 2.6x. It's like,
sure. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money in Nigeria.
Yeah, in Nigeria, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Okay, so
She seems thrilled about it.
yeah, I mean, it's never fun when you have a negative summer, but I feel like this cycle persists.
Yeah.
You'll be back on it next summer for sure.
It does. Well, because I feel like I have a really hard time sticking with one type of poker, and it's like a problem, I think. I think I just need to stick with my...
This is kind of just the plight of the I haven't made it yet crowd, I think. Because there's a lot of opportunity in the mid stakes.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a ton of opportunities to just make a lot of money. But each one of them comes with their own pitfalls and their own I guess like attraction. So like cash is consistent. That's nice. It's gonna take you a long fucking time to make $500,000.
Yeah.
Right? Tournaments are heartbreaking, but you might just rip one off.
Yeah, but I think that they're a scam, actually. I'm not kidding. I'm not even trying to be cynical. I actually think they might just be like a scam.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps.
You know?
Go
no,
on.
like just like objectively speaking, like they're taking like 20% rake in some of these events, and then it's like
they took 18% in the 300, but everything else was like 15-ish.
But they originally it was going to be higher.
It was yeah.
So
some of them are
there's
high.
that, and then you're just adding in like tons and tons of people, so the averages are super low, and then the payouts are super top heavy. So it just seems like a scam. Do you know what I mean?
I get it.
I think there's
like in the way the lottery is a scam.
Yeah. Like you have a
No,
chance.
don't do that.
You have a chance.
Come Friday,
Guapa's already
I'm coming
manifested.
in like
I
Ric
think-
Flair, baby.
At least for the ones I was playing, like the really massive field, low buy-in,
Sure.
super fast level ones. Like I think they're a scam.
They're
I think people are better off
They're,
playing
they're
cash.
in a way they are a lottery ticket.
They
but,
are.
But it's like you can't get hurt in those things either because the buy-in's so
buy-in's
low.
low.
So it's just like you can't get hurt playing the lottery. I don't think.
I just think it's one of those
Tough.
things where tournament
Right.
ROIs across the board are a lot lower than we may have perceived them to be for many years, and it's for different reasons. So like a high roller ROI is very low because the talent pool is very good, and like the Colossus ROI is probably pretty low because the structure is terrible. Right.
Yeah.
So like structures will obviously level out the playing field
Both
and
are
increase
just,
the
like,
variance.
Inherently insanely high variance.
Yeah, but
where-
the bang for your buck on the Colossus is pretty nice.
Yeah.
yeah,
Almost.
know?
I
That's
almost
true.
almost
I
ripped it
mean,
off for
you
half a
can-
million.
yeah, like it's $500,000 and a $400 buy-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Not
make
a scam if you
100,000.
win.
You make 100,000, or sorry, 10,000 buy-ins. That's okay.
Wrong.
Yeah, for
Then-
one guy.
Yeah, for
Wait,
one guy.
10,000 buy-ins.
Yeah. 500K, right?
1,000 buy-ins.
Or 1,000 buy-ins. Yeah, sorry.
12,000
That'd be
buy-ins for the
great if it
main,
was,
right?
Right, for the main.
4 million to first in the Colossus.
I mean,
Might
give
be-
it time,
might be
Brian.
next year.
Give it
might
time.
be, yeah.
We might see it in our lifetime.
140,000 people in that thing.
All right, so then you're on the cash grind.
Yeah.
Live or online?
Mine right now, and then live. Like I'm just getting re-oriented. I feel like I do this like once a year where I just
And then you'll be back in the tournaments in December.
yeah.
I heard the cash games are like really soft in like August because like everyone takes time off. Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
No.
I think the pools like are pretty small
Okay.
after the series because
Yeah.
everyone goes broke
Small online or live?
online
Yeah, that's probably
and live.
No, I meant
too.
live. I
Live
meant
too.
live.
live.
Yeah,
I think the pool gets small and maybe a little bit nitty, but I think it's probably, if you have patience, I think it's incredibly soft. That's
But
always been
that's,
my
like,
experience.
Always live.
Yeah,
always
that's true.
soft.
That's true. But yeah, I guess like my experience is I've had bad, early in my career, I had like bad falls, like August and September's, because I was so used to so much action
Okay.
during the summer
Yeah.
that I couldn't ramp down. And like now
so
I might
you
be
became
playing
the whale.
Yeah, I'd be playing like a stake lower and playing against like regs that are just uber nitty and obviously overfolding in tons of spots, but like I'm just used to running it in situations. Now I'm kind of feeling like very different because the game didn't get that much smaller and the regs that are filling the pool now are just the guys that were making up the second game to begin with, which was the game I was in anyway. So I'm kind of getting the same game I was getting all summer long anyhow. And it's still pretty consistent. Like, fuck, I would love a break.
I would imagine that the first quarter of the year is probably the most profitable. You have the Super Bowl in
Yes.
January. You got
And March
CES. You
Madness.
got the porn convention.
Yeah.
March
Especially
is
for
all
mid-states.
of March Madness.
Yeah, the first
like, 3 months have to be
is
great.
so good.
Yeah. And December is usually really good too. So you kind of like lump that in a bit. I think you're right. I think there's a lull at the end of the summer and then maybe that like early October to mid-November-ish
Yeah.
type of stretch. It's kind of
Yeah,
dry.
because who travels to Vegas when it's like 120 degrees?
A
out?
lot of people.
Yeah, because it's cheap here then.
It's so it's like I was at the Venetian on Sunday and
My
I couldn't walk
condolences.
through. I literally what's that?
My condolences.
Yeah. But I literally I couldn't walk through the place. It was so packed.
Oh, really?
Packed with just people everywhere. When I was I busted the tournament, just wanted to get home, and like every elevator was full. I'm like, what is happening right now in Vegas? It's so packed, but
Yeah, I guess they have discount rate.
maybe, yeah.
Well, one thing I did notice.
People are off, kids are off,
Yeah.
and like school, and I think that's why maybe.
I was expecting it to ramp up maybe in September because it's gonna cool down then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People don't care. They just come out, enjoy the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they do?
I think they go to the pool a lot.
Get cancer.
It's riveting stuff.
Guapo,
Stay inside the casino.
did you see Conrad's text?
I haven't.
He wants let in. I'm hesitant.
Wait, he's outside.
He's got to defend
No.
his honor.
He has the Zoom link.
Oh, he wants his Zoom link.
I'm always hesitant, but for shits and
I
gigs.
forgot I was supposed to have headphones on.
I was gonna ask, but I realized they're not necessary unless we play media. Well, if Conrad comes in,
Yeah.
you'll need them to hear him. They're right behind you
They are right behind you.
on the chair.
There you
To your right. Yep, there we go. That was entertaining. While you go and find our long lost brethren, we can talk a little bit about the Triton. It's been exciting to watch. Everybody in the chat's talking about how amazing the production is. I couldn't agree more. Watched a fair amount of the final table of the 200K yesterday because our boy Espen was there again.
Yep.
And the year of Nachito continues.
Nachito.
It does.
Chopped it 3 ways.
Seems like the year of Espen, though, kind of.
Sort of. Nacho got the lion's share of the chop. But here's the most hilarious part. So 4-handed, they're all very close in chips. I can't recall the guy's name who won it, but he had like 50 blinds maybe. Nacho had like 45. Espen had like 32. And Timothy Adams had like 30-ish, something along those lines. And Espen and Nacho were like, this one's really top heavy. Maybe we should take a look at numbers. And Timothy Adams just like stonewalls them.
He's kind of like sick.
Yeah. And he's good. Like he's really good, obviously.
He's been good for a long time.
Right. So it's very clear that he doesn't want to look at numbers. And the best thing that I could have, if I had to guess, I'm speculating, obviously, I don't know. But I would assume he doesn't think Nacho is all that great and has position on him.
Oh.
So he's probably just like, well, we're going to wait this one out. And then, maybe 3-handed or heads up, I'll consider a chop. Unlucky for him, he loses half his stack to Espen and then is out the door. They tried to work. So now he's down to like 20 bigs or 18 bigs, something like that. He's like, I'll take a look at numbers. And he wanted more than ICM as the short stack.
Oh, man.
And they were like, no, sorry.
Yeah.
So they got him out the door and snap chop.
Oh, my
That's
God.
brutal.
I feel like that always happens.
Yeah,
Bubble the
well,
chop.
when there's one person cock blocking the chop, they're
That's the
always
guy
going to
that
chop.
loses,
yeah,
right?
always.
Yeah.
It's just it's inevitable. So Nacho got 3.4, Espen got 2.7, and the man who went on to win it, I believe it was Yan. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
David Yan.
yeah, he got 2.9 in the chop and then won 100K plus the trophy for the victory. So big shout out to those guys. Espen having a hell of a series. Pulls like I think that's a little bit over 4 million in
Yeah.
cashes this series for him.
For this Triton.
Yeah, just for this Triton.
Yeah,
It's pretty strong.
Did he have any runs during the WSOP?
I don't remember anything of
I don't
note.
think so, right? So then he
Yeah.
just jumped right into Triton. and decided to
Is
on there.
currently
It's a good time to go good.
is Espen the best World Series champion that's
I don't
out
know.
there?
Korai's
Korai.
elite.
You think it's between those two?
Probably in recent years. Well, maybe ever, right?
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why are
What
you,
is
like, why are
poppin'
you
squad?
not even?
I don't mean to interrupt and
This
stuff, but
guy.
I don't want to just like jump on in here. But
I give him a microphone.
Dude,
I give him a microphone
him
and a
out.
webcam. I give him a microphone and a webcam, and he comes up with his fucking phone.
What do you
Of
want? Look
course.
at this. Look at the views that I give you people.
You look
Look
Are you
at this.
where you at in La
We're out
Jolla?
here. You know,
look like
we're
you're-
out here in San Diego. We're chilling by the beach. You know, I just had to call in real quick. But my real question is, you're talking about the wrong stuff that's going on in Triton.
We listen. This is why we don't want to
Jesus
invite you in. You
Christ.
think I don't have a fucking run a
the
show?
segue.
fucking spoilers.
Yeah, we
like,
know what's going on in Triton, man. We have a whole show lined up. You can't just be on vacation and come in here and try to shit all over our run a show.
No, I'm not shit on the run of the show. I'm just saying, there's some shit talking going on in Triton. That's
How-
kind of crazy.
How are what? Explain to me why you're in San Diego.
Oh, I'm just chilling.
What's that like? Could I come and
Huh?
just chill?
yeah, could we come
Could
chill?
you come host the show for 4 or 5 days while I just disappear?
Yeah, no problem.
Someone in
Wednesday
chat
when I get back.
Someone in chat said Conrad is unhoused.
He's gone.
When I get back, you can leave for 4 or 5 days. No biggie. I got this.
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't trust it.
All right. Well, anyway, I just want to come interrupt the show, tell you guys I absolutely love you all, and have a great day.
Got it popping.
Have fun talking about the other stuff in Triton.
We already did. Enjoy the fucking beach, man.
Bye, Connie.
See you later, Connie.
Love you, squad.
Yep.
It just makes me more salty. Honestly, like
Well, I mean,
seeing
did
there
you
on the
ex-
beach.
You expected
is it
that to go
infuriating?
exactly the way it did, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay, yeah.
precisely. I'm surprised he didn't just actually rework our entire show right there and then dip out. So here's the 4 things you guys should talk about. See ya. Like Christ Almighty. But yeah, I think that who are you implying?
I was gonna say, Conrad ruined the timing of it. I was
Right.
like, making a joke.
I saw you were
I was
going
gonna
somewhere.
I was gonna say, how can you forget Jamie Gold?
Oh,
Right.
I was gonna say Robert Varconi, but
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know who that is.
he won the year before Moneymaker.
I mean,
No,
clearly it's
Okay, well-
who was the Asian guy that was praying like?
Oh my God,
Jerry
Jerry Yang he's my
That's
favorite.
my guy.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
I think that it's clear that Stu Unger is the best main event player to date.
Mm.
Right.
No, he's no longer with us.
We have to have people that are alive.
Yeah, he's nowhere with us. No, I think Corey or Espen for
Espen.
sure.
Yeah.
Bobby Baldwin.
Bobby Baldwin.
Did
For-
Bobby Bowen win the main event?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
For-
one of like the first photos in that room.
For like a
yeah,
year
yeah.
straight in Ivy's room, he would fold every time he got dealt a deuce. He would turn it up and put it
Yeah.
underneath his up card and then muck, so that as the dealer pulled the cards in, the deuce was exposed. And every single time he'd look at me and he'd go, "Once you get past 50, you don't get good hands anymore."
So you got like 3 more years left, Burke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Enjoy it.
I'm running fucking hot for now. Let's go. Oh man, you guys got to get in these live streets. It's just the place to be.
I'd like to, but I see the hand histories and I don't think I'm ready. It's like 6-bet pots with like ace-7 suited. And shit.
I
don't know what's
6-bet
going
jam
on.
5-4 suited yesterday.
Like,
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Pre-flop?
Why? Why not live a little? Jesus
You're
Christ!
just torching money.
But what-
That makes no
Did
sense
you get a
to
fold?
me
wow,
whatsoever.
you're making Guapo mad.
I know.
It's just you're just giving it away.
No, it was a stand-up game.
Please tell us how this.
Button opened. Oaken 3-bet the small blind. My whale. Big blind cold called. I had 5-4 suited in the straddle and I was standing, so I made it 4K. Button folds. Oaken makes it 16K. Cold caller folds. I jam, putting him all in for 55K. And he turns his cards up before calling. And they're 2 red aces,
Oh my God. This is what you get.
which is fine. I have black 5-4,
Is
so
it
it's okay. It's okay. Flop comes. The
you
first
running it once or twice?
Twice, always twice. The first flop comes 10-6-4, 1 club, and I'm like, fuck yes. He is gonna be a sad man.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, he
I'm
made
a
a
4 and a
pair.
backdoor flush straight,
Yeah.
a straight flush draw.
It's like, come
All
on.
right, all right.
Turns the 6 of diamonds, and I lost hope on that board. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste a 5 here. River's like a king. No big deal. I lose. Second run, ace 3-7 rainbow. I'm
no,
like,
you
God
lost.
damn
There's a
it. Sorry.
six on it.
Ace 3-8. Ace 3-8. I only have a gut shot.
Okay.
I'm like, fuck.
Deuces are live though.
Yeah,
There's no
deuces are super
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Turns a 10, river, deuce of spades.
Oh, baby.
And I just like, I just immediately go stone faced, like, how much? How much is it? And he has 55,000 in front of him with no big chips. So I was like, he's like, do I win? And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to win on either one of those boards in a
You thought
6-bet
you
pot?
lost?
No, I know I won.
Oh.
I go, how am I going to win on either one of those boards in a 6-bet pot, Oaken? And he goes, all right. And he starts like counting down all of his chips. He's like 55,000. So I take 55K in flags and I splash him to him. And I take one more look at my hand and I slide into the muck. And right as the dealer reaches for it, I roll it over.
It's not nice.
He goes, I knew it. I didn't know how, but I knew it.
Wow.
Live
Yeah.
poker's fun, man.
I'm not ready for that game.
You got to get ready. This is what TV poker desperately needs. If they could just like quietly put surveillance in our room.
I know. I've felt like that in some of the games I've played. I'm like, this was just on TV. This right as it is right now.
It's so impossible to like take that organic nature of it and then put the cameras on.
Yeah, it's like if no one in the game knew that they were being recorded, right?
Like
it would
hitting
be better
camera stream or something.
Yeah.
But once people are on camera, like they're gonna tighten up. And
it's like the
maybe
double slit experiment.
Up.
Like everybody just immediately changes.
Yeah, because they don't want to we don't want.
No one wants to be embarrassed. Yeah. Yeah, it's God, the things I see every single day. It's so remarkable. I mean, the hands that get 5-bet in this fucking game are ridiculous. Yeah. Just ridiculous. It's so common to just see like a 6-high hand putting in 5 bets cold.
So Dyer's playing in your game too?
Need to get ready.
Sounds like Oceanic, maybe.
Dyer is an open seed. He would do well.
I see why you need a day off but can't take a day off.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You have to show up.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah, it's like if you saw 50,000 laying on the ground, you're gonna pick it up no matter how tired you are.
I'm like, can I come at noon? They're like, we really need you at 10. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm 6-bet jamming 5 high. I need me at 10 too.
Yeah, that's
we got to make a good impression on these guys. Yeah. We're gonna need you here. It's like Jesus Christ,
man.
Fine. I'll be there. Twist my arm. What am I going to do? Say no?
Are there any fist fights there?
You know, it's funny you should mention that. There has never been a fist fight in the room. As close as we got was me getting nose to nose with old Air Nuts.
Yeah.
What's his nuts? But yesterday in, I believe it was Biloxi, a man named Redbeard handled his own in a situation where apparently he won a 40K pot in a PLO game the night before. And the guy who lost the pot hired some muscle to come and rough him up and get the 20K back. There's a breakdown here by Poker Flops.
Oh my God.
Wait a second.
That happened at Harris Poker Room.
Which one's
in New
Redbeard?
Orleans.
The one in the red?
Jonathan Bloyan, nicknamed Redbeard, found himself in an unexpected altercation following a colossal $40,000 pot victory. But this incident took an unusual turn. You see, the man who lost the $40,000 PLO pot from the night before apparently hired a goon to take on Bloyan, attempting to muscle his money back through physical intimidation. The phone video captures the dramatic scene. The man, who looks like he's juiced up on steroids and obviously outweighs Bloyan, lands the initial punch. But what happens next is quite unexpected. Bloyan, despite being on the receiving end, instantly gets the upper hand. He ends up locking the guy into a headlock and then hurls him across the room, neutralizing the threat and leaving the muscle man bruised in more ways than one. While the identities of the hand loser and the goon have been kept under wraps, rumors suggest that they've been handed a lifetime ban from the casino. Meanwhile, our hero, Redbeard, walks away unscathed, stacking his chips to play in the next hand. That's right, the guy sat back down and continued to play his poker. A high-stakes night in poker indeed, but in the end, it was skill and poise that triumphed over brute force.
What a boss.
I mean, I think he did use some brute force.
What was that reporting? What was that?
Poker Flops. He does a lot of these breakdowns.
That was good.
He's really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, he's worth a follow. If you guys aren't already following Poker Flops, head over to Team Poker Flops on Twitter. I'm not sure what his IG is, but it's probably the same thing.
Wait, so the guy had somebody go the next day or that same day?
No, the following day.
Why would he show up at the casino?
Insane. Just
his whole plan is
that's what I was
turn him upside down and shake out his pockets.
Really it sounded like
also,
his plan
it's not
was.
like he'd just like always have extra 20K on him.
Right.
I don't know. The whole thing is.
What was the plan here?
Not sure, but I hope the guy gets a refund from the muscle.
Oh, right, of course.
That guy did not do his job.
Not a very good job.
He did not.
I love whenever these altercations come to be, the winner of the fight, the person who like actually disarms the other person or whatever, they always have a little flex at the end. He's like,
Yeah.
I fucking told you.
What I fucking tell you.
Right, yeah. Of course. You have
It's like
to.
their catchphrase.
Yeah, like the adrenaline's running. It's like, I warned you, boy.
Right.
Have you guys ever been in a fist fight?
Oh, I've
Yeah.
been in many. I haven't landed
been
many
in
punches, but
one.
And it's been
I was
quite some
14.
time.
you won. I'm confident.
No, I was 14. I was at a concert, and it was this like really drunk lady, and she kept bumping into me.
You
so
got
I-
into a fight with
Lady?
a grown woman?
Yeah, she was like 28. She was
Oh,
kind of
no.
old. And, yeah, it was probably pretty illegal on her part.
Kind of old. I don't know if you're aware.
Well, compared to me,
Right, at the time. Sure,
I was
okay.
14.
Twice your age.
Yeah, and she just kept bumping into me, so I just like bumped her back a little, and then started fighting, and she's like grabbing my hair. And
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
And
Cat
then,
fight.
and then these two guys broke us up, and this guy was like, this part's funny. He was like holding me, and he's like, "You're too cute to fight," and I was like, "I'm 14," and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, no, that's great.
Oh my God, no! Get away from me!
Yeah, it was funny.
Man.
Oh man, do you remember the Cheney fight in high school?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who it was against, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is a titty popped out.
Yeah, that usually happens.
We're in like middle school,
Oh,
and
no.
it's like cat fight, and then minutes later it's like that's a titty.
The things that can amuse a 13-year-old
14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't really see a lot of girl fights like growing up, I think.
I remember two very specifically.
There-
One was
That one in the cafeteria.
Melissa or Dawn or whatever her name was in Mrs. Sonka.
And Mrs. Sonka.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Sonka?
Well, Mrs. Sonka
Yeah, she
was-
fought a teacher.
Oh my god.
No, I think she was breaking it up.
Well, whatever. She got in the middle of the
Yeah.
melee.
We were standing on the tables in the cafeteria, like it was like I like a
Gooch
makeshift
collapsed.
arena just
Yeah.
happened to like form around this.
Yeah.
Like everyone in the cafeteria ran like right to where it was happening, and it was just like
Two things happened during that fight.
Wild.
Well, outside of like her actually basically manhandling a teacher, this very large man who was a senior at the time stood on one of the cafeteria tables and collapsed it. And then the
right.
second thing that happened is somebody threw a Turner's iced tea in one of those like cardboard milk boxes, and I don't remember who it was, but he hit
I like
the
how you say Turners, like people know what Turners
well,
is.
the
I don't-
Yinzers
never
know.
The Yinzers know what Turner
This is a
is.
Yinzer branded podcast. They understand.
Yeah.
So somebody threw it across the cafeteria. I don't remember who it was, and I don't remember who it hit, but it just smashed him right inside the fucking head. Just obliterated the iced tea everywhere.
Just like chaos ensues.
Yeah, I was more of like I was pretty like more bark and less bite.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
talked a lot of shit, but I didn't really
You're the hype man for the fight.
No, I would just like I would just threaten people that I would fight them. Like what it
Right.
That's before
I'm
you.
like
This is
Rudy.
before you found like the weight
I'm
room,
like my
right?
dog.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was like
Yeah, you were
I was
probably.
like an 80 pounds.
Yeah,
like, what am I gonna
exactly.
do?
I got to tell you, everything about that tracks.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? You know? Who's going to actually fight
Exactly. They would be like something would be wrong with them to
Yeah.
fight me.
you? This is right up there with Airball walking into Bobby's room every day, calling me a cocksucker and telling me I suck dick for the buy-in.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. It's like the guys on the reality show that like start the fights in front of the producers because
Yeah.
they know they'll get like stopped.
Smart. It's all super smart.
Hold me back.
Yeah, hold me back, bro. That's Rudy.
I like that Redbeard didn't get 86'd from the
Yeah, I
casino.
mean,
I was not
basically
expecting
defending
that.
himself.
I definitely expected him to be moved as well.
Yeah.
Because he kept going.
Well,
you
I mean,
know,
at that
while.
point,
Like-
he
What
did a
gonna
little
do?
more than neutralize the threat.
He didn't just
Yeah.
subdue him. Like,
No, he got his shots in for sure.
threw him across the room.
Security's on the way.
That was crazy.
Oh man, good for him. Other good news is apparently the world record bad beat jackpot was hit yesterday at the Playground Casino in Montreal.
I think it was a 1-2 game too, right?
Yeah, 1-2 no
Most
limit.
likely, yeah.
2.59 million Canadian dollars, which equates to a bagel and a cup of Joe
Yeah.
in America.
Okay.
It was one.
They don't have to pay taxes on it, so
1.9
who's really the
million
winner here?
US dollars.
That is true. That is true.
There's
So
a flop quad tens versus a turn
Yeah,
straight
it was
flush.
6-9.
and
Diamonds.
It was 6-9 of diamonds. Big dinner for two. Big lick beat the quad tens. To be clear, this money is like split up amongst everyone, right? Like this isn't what the loser of the hand
So
won.
it broke down. I think 40% went to the losing hand, 20% went to the winning hand.
By the way, that is so dumb.
20%.
Isn't it silly?
Yeah,
It's
I
so,
know.
they're playing 1-2. It's not
Right.
like the pot's going
Right.
to compensate for the 20%
I know,
difference.
I know.
Right.
And it's just chance
You're like,
of
well,
which
he lost, so.
right. It's pure chance which side of the beat you're on.
So,
you know.
so 20% went to the table, and then the other 20% went
To the room?
went to the room. You had to be playing on you had to be like registered. Probably have a player's card, and you had to be playing in a no limit hold'em.
Wow, I didn't know they give some to the room.
yeah,
So
so
how
the
much
whole
did each
room-
person
The
get?
station casinos do this too,
It didn't.
but
Yeah.
It didn't say, but what else was on there was an automatic 5% gratuity went to the dealers or the staff, the room staff.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, look,
which
I mean, pay your own deal.
I'm gonna sound nitty here. And as a young player coming up, I would have like been happy with the gratuity, the auto gratuity, and even without it, I would have always been happy to like leave a big chunk if I were the loser or winner or whatever. But now, knowing what I know,
Well,
this gratuity is fucking theft.
it is, right? Because
It's theft.
It's because of the amount.
They should be no, it's not.
It's because
They should
we,
be
the players,
paying-
paid it.
right.
You're just paying the
because they
dealer's
take it out of
salary.
the rate.
Yeah, you're just paying the
Right.
dealer's salary on top of their salary
Right.
for the casino.
100%.
Yeah.
It's insane. So
Like those promotion games are extra raked
Yeah.
for a reason.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
it's $2
so that it can
per
go back
hand, I
to
believe.
the
It's $2
staff.
right, so
per hand.
$75,000 just got split up amongst the staff as an effective bonus because they take extra rake.
I think it would be a cool thing if everyone agreed. Maybe everyone at the table agrees to give a gratuity.
I mean, look,
but like, I think having it auto is kind of crazy.
auto's insane.
That's crazy.
But even still, it's like this is why I would like never even want to play something like this, like a bad beat jackpot or something like that. Because if I won, like I really would not want to tip. Nobody did anything. You guys have been pulling money from us. Like every penny of this came out of the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
The casino didn't add anything. If this was a gift, like sure, I'll be super generous.
Yeah.
But it's not. It was a tax.
Right.
And I'm lucky enough to be
You're-
one of
it's
the ones.
rake back.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be one of the ones to get a refund here.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be dispersing it out amongst people who literally had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But
Man, that's literally how I would make a living. So working at a gaming bar, it's kind of customary to make 10% or whatever.
That's
when
wild.
When somebody hits a jackpot.
wild.
10%?
Yeah, so like if you hit a royal for
Not to work at a
1,200,
gaming
usually you
bar.
get like $100. Usually,
Yeah,
at the very least.
See
So-
I'm trying to think like because I've hit royals in bars. I'm trying to think. I always tip. I don't know if I tip that much. That seems like a lot. The thing is that like if you're playing, I mean, you're already losing. You know,
Right.
you're
No,
already losing
you
when
and
you
I
play.
understand
When you
that,
hit a
right.
royal, it's like you finally recoup that. You know, when you play video poker, you're gonna get like 98% back. But like you need to hit some royals to get that 98% back. And now you're just giving 10%.
That's like how I
way,
felt
it's
cashing out
tough.
at the fucking WSOP, and I'm like literally cashing out for like 1.2x the buy-in, and they're like, "Would you like to leave a tip?" And I'm like,
But-
I'm fucking
Yeah.
buried.
I'm
Like,
It's also,
Right
it's also
now.
what do you mean
different.
leave a tip?
If you're playing
they
at a
actually ask
place
you?
like
Of course, every single time.
Oh my God.
It's so
I'm
brutal
literally
when you play
cashing
in like
out
a
like
small
a
room.
0.7x cash, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Would you like to leave a tip?"
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, World
I
Series,
would
it's
love
so
to,
easy
but
to
I'm
say
buried.
no.
Like-
World Series, it's so easy to say
So
no,
easy to
but
say
like when
no,
you play in
yeah.
like a local room, so like playground, like these people play there every fucking day,
Yeah.
365.
And they know the deal. Like I'm sure they're
Yeah.
honestly like they're probably happy
Half of
to
them are
give to
dating the dealers, you know?
But it's like also like just like objectively, it's kind of ridiculous.
It's
that
insane. It's insane, and we've normalized like this expectation to fall onto the players.
tipping culture.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking
if
brutal.
if I was sitting at like the casino, if I was playing video poker at like one of the bars at the casino, and I hit like a royal, like I'm never gonna give $100 to the. But if I'm like the local bar that I go to all the time, I'm definitely gonna take care of them because they take care of me. Like they're gonna
Right.
give me. They're always gonna give you free drinks and free food, and like if you show up all the time. So like, I get that aspect
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. If
This is the
it's-
same reason I don't shop at Sprouts like during Christmas.
Why?
Because they always hit you with that bag at the end. It's like, oh,
Oh,
would
I
you
always
like
buy a bag. I always have
Yeah,
to get.
but if you go there all the time, it's like you got to be like, oh, I just bought a bag yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a reusable
Right.
bag?
No. It's like an actual bag of food like that you can give to the homeless.
It's literally,
you
yeah,
got guilt tripped into the,
right,
that's
right.
like at
Yeah.
Petco. They go, would you like to help a homeless dog? I'm like, I literally did. I took him in. Like, what do you want from me, guys? Try to scrape it on by. The inflation's crazy. What are we in this economy?
In this economy?
You like to help a homeless dog in this economy?
I'm homeless.
I'm homeless.
You see Conrad?
Conrad's, I mean, we gotta.
I mean, some baristas
You know
are
what?
getting tipped $15,000.
This is so off topic, but
Jesus Christ.
I've been watching these. I can't stop watching barber videos. I'm like obsessed.
Okay.
It's my new obsession. Is these guys like? You guys talk about how makeup is like a scam because we totally change the way we look with it. But when I see these transformations of these guys getting haircuts and they get their beards shaped up and everything, they look like $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
And they're glowing and they're like, they know like they're slaying. And like, I'm like, oh my God.
That's
like,
what my nephew does now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like they're really doing good work out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just making men feel a little bit more pretty.
That's a man's makeover. Like I'm literally
Yeah.
I binged these male makeovers.
Eric's
I'm
a
like,
barber now?
So
Yeah.
cute.
He really is a man of
Jack of all trades,
isn't he? Yeah.
He really is. Out there getting it. You know what? It's so crazy because I don't know if he's aware of it, but he's a very intelligent kid.
Yeah.
And all he does is work with his hands.
Right.
It's like I just can't shake the yinzer out of him.
He's a blue collar ginger.
Yeah.
He grew up
he
in
is,
that's
but
how he grew
is
up,
very
man.
smart though.
Yeah.
And like intellectual.
Yeah, and he's like really sharp with like things that matter. Like he could build a computer from scratch without having any
And, like,
background in
car
that.
stuff.
Yeah, but that's all. He's a mechanic. He's a
Barber.
Right. He's a barber. He's over here to work in IT. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Let's take it easy on yourself.
I know.
Let's get you a
lot of
desk job
A
somewhere.
lot of manual labor.
Yeah. So nobody had to talk with him as a little kid of like, hey, use your head, not your back.
Yeah.
Which was a very important talk I think I had. Maybe it was a bad one. I don't know. We're here now.
Seems to be working okay.
It does. Along the lines of male makeovers, I thought this was a hilarious image. So Finding Equilibrium tweeted out, imagine the havoc these two would unleash in the club. And I got to tell you, the drip on these two is next fucking level.
Yeah, Linus always shows up.
Linus and Schulman are just like on another
Schulman's
level.
usually not at these things, right?
No,
but
this is the first one.
The way he
Oh,
dresses,
for sure.
because he's so dripping in swag every time I
Yeah.
see
The
him.
bucket hat is like fully back in, huh?
Every time
Only
I
for
see
him.
him, I tell him, I'm like,
I'm
like
seeing
the way
more and
you
more of them.
walk, like he literally glides.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how, if you see him walking, like I saw him walking like from a window and I couldn't see his legs, but it literally just looked like he was sliding because like the way he walks is just so smooth.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just got that much swag. I think the
Yeah.
bucket hats apply for exactly Schulman and then fat guys. Fat guys.
that tracks.
Yeah, fat guys love bucket hats and they look great.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
like, Jace is the bucket hat king.
What do you
yeah.
think of like Jason Kuhn and Bucket Hat?
No, like no shot. It's the same thing as
I
me.
think he
Like,
wore one and it was like a bit.
oh yeah, that seems
disorienting.
unsettling to me.
It was a little disorienting.
Jason and I both have small heads. Like, there's no bucket hat
Maybe
available.
it wasn't him. I don't want to slander him if he didn't wear a bucket hat.
If I
but
wear a
think it
bucket
was.
hat, and this is going to be a dated reference. You might not get it, but have you ever seen the Fat Albert cartoon?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, no, I know. I saw the remake with what's his
Right.
face.
Well, Keenan Thompson. Yeah.
Was it him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Fat Albert. Yeah. But I think it's Mushmouth. He wears the bucket hat over his head
Right,
with the two
right.
eyeball. That's me in a bucket hat. My head's too goddamn small.
You could probably fit in a women's bucket hat.
This is me in a bucket hat. Guapo's right on it,
Yeah.
man.
Well, that's actually my favorite part of. It's so funny. That's my favorite part of Triton is like tweeting their fashion and
Yeah.
stuff because I think it's so funny. Like.
Linus looks like a Serbian club owner.
Yeah, it's usually Linus. Tom Vogelsang definitely shows out. He wears like the silky shirts and stuff.
But, I mean, we got to give credit where credit's due. Like, if Linus were an American from Wisconsin, this look does not work.
No.
He
It would
looks-
be ridiculous.
Yeah,
What do you think you are?
He looks like a nightclub owner from somewhere in the middle of
He
Eastern
looks
Europe.
like he should be in Grand Theft Auto, like San Andreas.
yes, San Andreas. Like,
Like, just put that shirt on me, and how
They
ridiculous
look
would I look?
so cool though, and they're kind of coordinated too. I mean, I think the high rollers in Europe are really fun because they do dress like They're dressing up.
Yeah.
It's not the WSOP.
Oh.
No.
It's not DXL, you know.
Right. Oh man. What an event. It's wild too. I was watching I don't know if you saw much of the main event today, but it's the Pro-Am Invitational. Right. So today's the day of segregation where the amateurs play together and the pros play together. So one table had Roble, Mormon, Eric Wasserson, and Sean Perry at it.
Jeez.
That's the amateur side. And Talal.
Wait, Mormon's there as an amateur?
Yeah. All 5 of them were there in the amateur side.
How is Mormon an amateur?
Well, I guess compared to
come on,
high rollers.
Come on. Compared.
No.
I don't know.
He's in a tournament. He has a book.
He has a book.
What do you mean he's an amateur?
I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Unless I'm looking at this video wrong, and I don't think I am.
That would be insane.
Let me take one.
Who's his pro?
I don't know. Well, that's a good question. Actually, I'm not sure. I assumed he had something to do with
That's true though, because Sean Perry does go as an amateur.
Yeah, it's wild every year. Yeah, no, Chris Mormon. There he is.
What?
Right next to Wasserson. So it's Mormon, Talal, Roble, Wasserson, and then like 3 business Asian men. Asian businessmen.
I can't get over that.
It's wild.
Who approved Mormon as an amateur?
So the
and
judge.
Roble.
Well, Roble's a lock on the amateur side.
Because he's like retired.
Yeah.
Which is just what like really good cash players say when they are only playing private games.
Correct. I honestly, I think they'd let me in as an amateur for sure, but rightfully so. I'm a dog. I'm a dog at that table.
If you only play private games and you've like already done all the bullshit in public games, like you're technically an amateur.
Yeah.
Because they just say, I'm retired.
In the chat.
I'm an investor.
He's saying we're incorrect.
What's going on?
Okay.
Henry?
Correct me then.
Yeah.
I know for a fact Wasserson got invited as an amateur, so what am I incorrect about? There's no way that they combined today, is there?
Maybe they did.
Yeah, maybe they did.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I thought that they combined tomorrow. Correct me, Henry. Tell me more.
It says Mormon is a pro. His partner is Moneymaker.
That's what I thought. Moneymaker was
Roble is on the pro side as well.
Okay, so then how did they end up at that table? Maybe they combined, I guess.
Maybe they must have, right?
Okay.
I was like, there's no way anyone would approve that.
Right, that's what I was gonna say because I saw Moneymaker said he picked Mormon because he's from London and they're in London.
Dude, why is Henry still?
That was his reasoning.
Wait,
why is Kilbane still up? It's like 4 a.m. over there.
He probably just woke up to do some sort of shadow boxing in his room or something.
Well, he only has one arm, so it takes him a long time to type one finger at a time.
That's not nice.
I forgot about that.
Or Henry.
He's healing up nicely.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I think that that table had some interesting banter that I was unaware of, but apparently, like, this is a commonly known story according to DNegs. He said right now on the Triton poker stream, EWAS is going in hard on Sean Perry for not paying sport betting debts. I've known about this story, but it's wild to hear it discussed between them. Tune in for free on YouTube now. I think DNegs is just stirring the pot here a little bit and wanted to get some eyeballs on this story. But you know what? It worked.
Was is his boy, right?
Yeah, Was is his boy. But from the sounds of things, it was Was speaking on behalf of one of his friends. I was gonna say, if you scroll down, you can see a clip.
So if you had beat them, you would have collected or no?
Just $500,000, Randy.
Like this.
Just
the two people you're talking about, I had figures with them infinitely bigger than the situation happened.
I know everything.
So
you don't have to tell me things. I know everything.
Well, let's validate. So I have figures with them infinitely bigger, never freeloaded nothing in my life, and then I found something out that was definite proof of me being cheated, and so I told them to go fuck themselves. So there's two different things. Well, basically, I have a screenshot of him moving the line on me 5 times before telling me to bet it against his friend. So
who? Dylan?
I'd just rather not say names, to be honest.
Okay.
But yes. So, and then I also found out that some guy at some site I lost $2 million on, he was using some pro that was ghosting against me. And so I told him to go fuck himself.
So what does that have to do with my friend? You know who my friend is, right?
He was in cahoots with him.
That's not true.
Okay.
I promise you. I can guarantee you that's not true.
Dude, I have a screenshot of him telling me to bet something against that exact guy, and then him accidentally sending
my friend?
Yes. And
telling you to bet something?
No, not your friend, no. The other dude
I know,
told me to bet against this dude.
I'm talking about my friend. There's no way that happened with my. So I don't know about that much about the other situation.
Well, so then don't talk on it if you don't know.
But I know
I'm happy
exactly
to show you all the proof and everything.
Okay, we don't talk about that one. I want to talk about the person I'm close to.
I've done huge business with him, with both those people, way bigger than the amount that's owed, way bigger. So I told him to go fuck themselves.
But you have no evidence of my guy.
I do have evidence. So you're wrong.
Well, just quickly, whilst there's a bit of a tense conversation going on between Perry and Woz. Robo with the rejam. Button V cut off. Shakurchi. The suited ace makes the call. 155 in the middle.
Norman's just in the middle of the tee, like.
Yeah, that's awkward, man.
I mean, it is, but it's great TV.
Weird, like, because it's like, you guys, they had to show some sort of receipts. Otherwise, we don't know who we're rooting for.
Right.
As the spectator.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we're hearing this and we're like, well, he sounds like he's telling the truth, and so does he.
I mean, there's a lot of controversy surrounding Perry in a lot of other ways, dating all the way back to when Coleman called him and Sovereign out for the daily fantasy stuff.
Right. There was like a $400K something, right?
I think it was $1 million.
Oh.
I think it ended up being $1 million where they were flipping for sides on daily fantasy, I think. And if I recall the story correctly, Coleman was accusing Sean of having some influence over one of the quote unquote random teams. I can't recall the exact details. If you guys want to know it, you can go to Dan Coleman's Twitter page. I think it's his pinned tweet and has been for like 2 years or something like that. It got a lot of attention whenever it first broke, but as far as I understand, nothing ever came of it. And the fact that it's still his pinned tweet, I would assume means that he just got rolled for $1 million.
Everybody go retweet it, bring it back to life.
Bring it back to life. Let's get it started. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's no secret amongst the high stakes community that there's a lot of shady happenings that occur whenever it comes to just money outside of the table and you know, people owing. And
well, it's like a weird world where there's just huge massive transactions and agreements made with like no writing or anything, or like very little,
and if you look at the track record, it's like, you know, 98% efficient.
Yeah.
But like
it's
those
shockingly efficient.
But like, you know, those outliers where somebody gets rolled for big figures, whatever the case may be.
Ethan.
Well, that was a little different.
I mean, I think that was like
not the victim blame here. Yeah, not the victim blame here, but like Bro gave it to Dustin, the closer. I mean, this guy's not a part of the high stakes community.
I hate to give Doug credit, but that fucking video is funny.
I didn't see it yet.
You just see, there's just a video of Dustin like dancing, and he's like, when the wire hits, and it's like some like TikTok song. I'm like, I can't believe this is a real person.
Right. So it's like, yeah, that's a little bit different because that guy obviously had zero credibility. But like the Ryusuke thing where he rolled a bunch of people
or
for
Timon Nakamura.
Yeah. Well, not to shame the Japanese, but they don't have a great track record
Japan?
right now.
What's going on here?
They just have this whole thing like, yes, we go over to America in Vegas. They're really free about giving away money.
Dumb.
So step 1, go to America. Step 2, borrow all the money. Step 3, question mark. Step 4, profit.
Bounce. Yeah, just bounce.
Just pretend it's a language barrier.
It's like, what are we gonna do? Drag it down? But yeah, like, you know, the outliers in this scenario do cause a bit of a problem and an uproar, especially whenever it comes public, because the truth of the matter is there's a lot of money out on the streets that's never going to get paid out, but people are very tight-lipped about it because they're afraid that that's going to cost them their opportunity to collect somewhere down the line.
It's funny that that's like the known sort. Everyone sort of agrees upon that.
It's insane, actually.
Because when I watched the Randall Emmett documentary, and 50 like just comes out, and he's like, because I knew he'd pay me.
Yeah, he knows social leverage. He understands it.
Yeah,
right?
and he did. He paid him right away.
Right. Like whenever you put people's reputations and things like that on the line, like depending how much they value it, they're going to make good. And the thing is that like if you're in a position where you fear that public shaming is going to cost you ever getting paid, the likelihood that you were getting paid is near zero anyway.
Yeah.
So the EV you're costing
probably
yourself,
the only leverage you have left.
Right. The EV you're costing yourself might be like pennies on the dollar, and honestly, you actually might be increasing your EV slightly.
Yeah.
You know, because either you may prevent somebody else from getting fucked over in the future, and if nothing else, that's good karma points. Or you may actually pressure this person into at least attempting to make good.
Yeah.
You know, because the truth of the matter is that a lot of the people who are doing the quote unquote soft stealing, or however you want to frame it, are doing so off of having what is perceived to be a good track record.
Right.
You know, I think the toughest part for people who are owed is knowing when to go public. Right? Like I'm owed small amounts of money by a handful of people, most of which I don't think are ever in danger of not being paid, but a few of which are like, you know, there's a chance that this person just goes broke in the meantime, or like, obviously I can't collect right now because they don't fully have it type of thing. And it's like, well, how much benefit of the doubt do you give? Right? Before you just start to publicly shame.
Yeah.
And for me, it's one of those things where it's like, the amount isn't enough where I'm going to be hesitant. You know, it's like, it's 75K here and there. It's, you know, 20K here and there. It's like, I'll ruin a motherfucker for a small amount of money. You know, it's like, I'm not going to hesitate, and I'm not going to put myself in harm's way to where I'm owed like $250,000 by somebody that I think is like unlikely to pay.
Well, that's the other thing, is sometimes people will keep throwing.
Conrad, you hear that?
They'll keep throwing money on the fire or something. It's
Right.
like if they're backing somebody and that person runs off, then they'll like keep backing them, trying to get. It's like sort of comes like a sunken cost
Fallacy,
thing,
throwing good money after bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early in my career, I definitely did that, but small amounts in retrospect. You know, it's like a few $100 here and there. This is like some of the most sage advice I think I've ever given young people, is like when you have annoying people on your outer circle that are just like total pests and are constantly like looking to leech, figure out what the smallest amount of money it is to loan them that will make them disappear forever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know, like if you can give somebody $1K.
But I don't feel like people disappear forever.
Oh, they do.
That's the Bronx Tale thing. He's like, when the guy, you're right. I knew.
Yeah.
Guapo would get that reference.
Yeah.
He's like, what's the OU? He's like, you owes me $20. He's like,
just
well,
cost
you like
you
this guy? He's like, no, I don't
$20,
like him
yeah.
at all. He's like, well, then it cost you $20. I'd never see this guy again.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
a few.
okay, because they're dodging you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Right.
like that. I just thought they would come back for more. Or something.
No. And if ever there's like a hint of that coming around,
Right.
you just immediately hit them with like a preemptive text of, hey man, falling on hard times could really use that 500 back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, and then just watch it. I don't know who you're trying to reach. This number isn't that person anymore. It's like, got him. All right, good. Oh,
Okay,
man.
that makes sense.
I don't know why I find this to be so funny.
The free beans.
Yeah, shout out to Doug Arias with the super chat. # free beans. Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm laughing about at this point. Shout out to Joey in the chat. I went to the Poker Night America house a few nights ago to hang out with him, Caitlin.
What happened?
Kinda at the house.
Happened to the stream?
Oh, I don't know. They're hiatus.
All
What happens to
right.
all these streams? We talked about this yesterday. Like, they can't fill the lineup. This is no slight at Bally's or Poker Night America or any other upstart streams, but it's like when you don't offer anything other than the promise that you'll be on TV, which I can't
No one
shout
cares.
loudly enough. None of us give a
no
fuck.
one gives a fuck because there's no barrier to entry to starting a stream.
No, of
like you
course.
can literally go home and like fire it up from your phone.
Right.
So it's not like hard to get on a stream with a couple hundred viewers.
Right. Yeah, this isn't 2010 anymore where like
Yeah.
you're offering some big opportunity to an up and coming player who is trying to get his name out there, you know? And for all these guys, they need names to leverage in order to build these lineups.
Do you think that there will come a time when people start getting paid to be on
The time,
streams?
if it doesn't
seems like
happen
the time
now,
is now,
if
right?
it doesn't happen now, I don't think it's ever going to
They
happen.
need people in the seats more than the people in the seats need that game.
Correct. I think part of the issue is that the oversight of a lot of these streams, like the quote unquote corporate, don't have clear KPIs, right? So then the people who are running the streams don't really have a target to shoot at.
Okay.
Right. So like if the clear KPI was like views matter, like that's your key performance indicators. Like I want fucking views.
I think that seems logical.
But I don't think that is at all what the KPIs are coming from like corporate.
They don't care about views.
I'm trying to think
your
of
boy Mickey gets paid to be on HCO.
No fucking way.
No way.
Dude,
no
I'm telling
fucking
you.
way.
Where'd you hear that, Guapo? That's tea.
That is
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll just show you evidence.
Ooh.
This is right now.
Okay.
What does the shirt say?
I was paid to be here.
I was paid to be here.
Now, the last little fallout he had with Ryan and those guys was that he wanted an appearance fee. So is it a coincidence that he's wearing the shirt?
Fair. You might be right.
Wow, Guapo.
I mean, Guapo
just had that little
doing a little detective work. You might be right. He might bring in the views.
Wow.
But yeah, going back to like the stream houses, like when you look at corporate, so for Poker Night America, it's Rush Street Gaming. For Bally's Big Bet, it's obviously Bally's corporate. I don't know that they care about YouTube views. That probably doesn't matter. They're both operating in OTTs. So for them, they're essentially creating a backlog of for TV content.
Okay.
And I imagine that is probably what they ultimately put as a primary focus. The issue is
but
like
they still need people in the seats for
correct. That's like a very non-specific goal, especially without a budget, right? If you don't give them a daily talent budget or whatever, then what ends up
happening? A little rudimentary to you, though.
Yes, yes. Because what I ultimately find working with these game runners is that they don't play high stakes, so they're not exactly fluent in what matters and who matters necessarily, right? They understand name recognition, so they understand that like a Robbie J. Lou will get clicks. They understand Garrett will get clicks and Airball and me or whoever else. But outside of the obvious, it's not really clear who brings value from that world.
Right.
And what I notice is that they're very quick to just side with the first handful of people that claim that they're valuable.
Yeah.
Like, I'll show up every time and like I can bring you people and yada yada yada. And it ends up just being false promises because those people are the guys that aren't getting to play. They're the guys that are getting shut out of the game to begin with. They need a space.
I know it ends up being the guys that you just see like grinding
They're just
public
nits.
1020 and
they're
shit.
just always
like,
fucking giga nits.
And then those are the people that the Wills play private games to avoid.
Exactly, 100%.
So it's like
they're not out there six betting
the
5-4.
ecosystem is a little off here.
Right, so you just end up with like bad liaisons and bad I guess you can call it
I guess that's why Feldman does so well.
So I said
he knows high stakes.
I said this many times. Like I think across the board, when you look at streams that try to go 3 to 5 times a week, right? So I'm excluding PokerGo because they're very different. They actually are a made-for-TV product, and they produce it as such. When you look at the 3 to 5 days a week type of streams, I give Hustler a lot of shit for a lot of things that I think they fall short on. But one thing that is very clear is that Feldman had a vision to execute on, and he did exactly that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see the vision for any of the other outlets because with Feldman, it was very clear. The KPI is views, period. We're going to grow our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. That's going to be our moneymaker. And then from everything off of that, we'll leverage it.
Right.
We'll leverage it in ad branding. We'll leverage it when it comes to where the venue.
They don't have some corporate old guy going, you need to make this good for TV.
Right. Right. When, none of these companies, at least I'm guessing, they're probably not being paid all that much. For a CBS Sports type of product. I don't know. Like, I mean, that is the route that PokerGo goes. So maybe there is still a lot of money in cable TV. And we might just be tone deaf to it as a community because we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe
like if it's on TV, then it'll go more easily go to streaming platforms or whatever. And that's that's really where kind of all the views go.
And not even just like what we see here, but like elsewhere, even the rest of the world and, through these festivals and stuff like that where streams pop up. There's so much of a desire for them to just like manufacture viral content. So rather than putting an emphasis on the things that do get, basically rather than putting an emphasis on a retention model, and I spoke about this a lot yesterday, I think almost all of these outlets greatly lack retention, right? Like we don't crush it in views with the podcast, but we grow month over month and year over year. And we have a core audience. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The nerds and brainiacs that support us. Yeah. The retention is through the roof. So the growth is slow, yes, but the growth is there, and most importantly, the loyalty is right behind it.
Yeah.
So you build brand loyalty, which allows you to then scale and leverage and everything else. The desire to like just manufacture viral bits of content, it's so like 2015.
It is, yeah. I have actually heard, I don't know if it was maybe Mr. Beast or I don't know who it was, somebody who's like successful in that realm talking about when people go viral, a lot of times, like, one, they're not ready for it, so they don't retain anything. And then, like, so you'll just see it goes way up and then way back down.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it doesn't actually help you because it actually hurts your algorithm.
Right.
Like because you used to have a lot
Yeah.
and now you don't.
Yeah. The place where this is most obvious on YouTube is when people post like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know how they get around the copyright, but basically like when people post like movie clips.
Yeah.
So like a famous scene from Good Will Hunting or something like that. You go to their page and like that scene will have like 26 million views.
Right.
And then you go to their page and they have 355 subscribers.
Yeah.
And they don't have another video that even has 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And it's just abundantly clear that like that virality does nothing for them whatsoever because A, they're not monetizing it because they used copyrighted material.
Right.
And then B, they're not leveraging the actual content. Pigtails is actually another great example of this. They did a comedy sketch. So they're our production team, but they're also a comedy trio or whatever,
Troop.
4 people. Yeah, troop. We'll call it a troop.
Cook Street.
They've done a bunch of sketch comedy and a lot of it did really well, but one video in particular went super viral. And they did I think it was a 9/11 conspiracy theory around Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious and it has like 10 million views on it, but their channel never grew. Right. And all of that is like, it should be so clear that you just can't manufacture this type of stuff. And that's what's crazy too, is because like that's the goal for a comedy troupe like that, right? So, you create a channel and you put out content, something hits, gets caught up in the algorithm, goes massively viral. You hope then that that's the beginning of the growth.
It becomes this chase though, and I think it's not sustainable.
Right.
I mean, you see like the Island Boys, they went viral.
Yeah.
And then the bear market happened. So all the crypto people were making them viral by, as a joke and doing cameos by them. And then
now they're making out for money.
Now they're making out with each other. They're doing incest videos for money because they just have to stay viral and relevant. It's like people just get more and more desperate. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Oh yeah.
The Island Boys,
twin brothers.
They make out and do like gay content together on OnlyFans.
Adam 22 just interviewed them.
Yeah,
asking
but like
them about
they
it.
wouldn't have gotten that interview if they weren't making out with each other.
No, 100%.
So it's
not.
like
right.
we're kind of reward this type of thing, but it is like I think it becomes this unsustainable chase until you're making out with your brother.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I personally can like speak to how much I appreciate the slow growth and the retention and everybody who supports that type of stuff. Forever, I was so desperate for us to have our first 100K video.
Yeah.
It just took so, and then the Robbie thing happened, and we had a 100K video off of a fucking podcast.
Right.
I was like, wow, I can't believe we did it. And obviously, we saw impact from it, but we saw impact from it because it fit everything that we had already been doing. It had a cascading effect in the sense that people were locked into this specific event, and they stayed tuned in. And then off of that, we put out To Be Determined, which we were super proud of, and it did 200K.
Right.
And it's like, man, this is amazing, but it doesn't do what you think it's going to do. We don't suddenly have 100,000 subscribers.
Right, yeah.
We don't.
Can't really like leverage it in the way that you
Views
think.
do not translate into subscribers.
People just think, you go viral, then you get all these sponsors, and then you get all this free money, and then blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you usually just get a lot of mean comments, and then you just go back to like doing your normal thing.
Yeah. But if you show, like, I'm so bullish on the retention model over the acquisition model.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, acquisition is massive, and it's a huge aspect to growth in any space that you're in, but you can't put the cart in front of the horse. You have to have a product that will keep people locked in for long periods of time, over a consistent period of time, before you can actually reach that growth. Unless you just have something that is going to be, kind of the it thing, like that girl doing the popcorn sounds or whatever. I mean,
even that's going to be in the long graph
6
of
months
things,
from now,
it's going to be a spike.
Right, yeah, 100%.
And there's going to be
100%.
something else, and then she's going to have to be making out with her brother. And so it's like, these people, like, they get that taste of that virality, and they're like, I have the whole world at my fingertips, and then I think it goes away, and then they just chase it to
I think, like,
levels of
the
desperation.
corporate companies that are attempting to figure out the template and just be able to replicate this over and over and over again are the ones that, like, are not only failing themselves, but probably like failing all of us largely at scale. Like we saw this happen when Instagram first blew up, like the fuck Jerry or fuck
Jerry.
Yeah.
He's still a thing.
Yeah, he's still a thing, but like I imagine that their growth slipped off. But like for a while, he was just churning out accounts.
Right.
He had like a dozen accounts that all had like 7-figure followers, 8-figure followers, something like that. But that's not the algorithm anymore. It doesn't work that way. Like you can't just gamify it to that degree. And don't get me wrong, like that guy's wildly successful and built a career off of it. But you can't execute 2017 strategies in 2023 and expect them to work.
Whereas if you have a loyal fan base, they'll follow you through the trends, to different platforms.
That's the only
like
consistent
Ninja
thing.
Going to Mixer, like everyone followed him there.
Right, like that's the consistency between 2018 strategies and 2023 is that like it's still about community first and building that retention model.
Yeah.
And I think that that's ultimately where all of these stream houses are falling short, is that they're all still operating off of old, outdated strategies. Even Hustler, to a certain degree, like I think they're doing a great job with the product they put out, but they're still kind of operating in that pre-pandemic type of strategy.
I think, well, whether the community's not toxic or not is a different story, but they definitely have a community of like loyal viewers.
They have a cult.
Yeah, it's like a cult following, but that's like kind of what you aim for, I think.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably like a great starting place. I guess what I'm saying is I think that we're ripe for innovation in this space, and they're currently winning by still executing maybe a little bit of dated strategies, because at least they're executing digital strategies.
Yeah.
Almost everybody else is still executing analog strategies. Like it's 2023 and they're still operating on a 2010 strategy of like, we're going to get bought out by ESPN.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like it's so fucking dead.
The world
I
is
watch
just
ESPN
so
on YouTube now.
I know.
Like, I literally am subscribed to YouTube TV to watch my cable.
Like the biggest celebrities to like kids growing up and stuff are like streamers and YouTubers
and TikTokers
and gamers.
Gamers.
Did you ever think that was gonna happen?
It's insane. I honestly like don't know if I'm excited for everybody in that space, the ability to be that individual, or if I'm just like totally disheartened for the youth. It was like, can't you just
I don't know what's next really, because I think it's just no one wants to be a doctor
like
or a fireman anymore. They want to be a streamer.
Cool when we were kids, right? Like you idolize musicians and athletes and like they just live such reckless lives.
People wanted to be president. Can you believe that? Kids wanted to be the president.
The smartest people in the world wouldn't take that job if you fucking paid them double their net worth.
You think any kids today want to be president?
Fuck no.
No.
Do you know, like a guy like Mark Cuban, like constantly gets, basically accosted and said, like, we need you to run for president. And he's like, I wouldn't ever give up what I have.
Why would you?
There's
no incentive except you can insider trade to endless wealth.
Right. And the thing is like,
pretty great.
Well, during when the country was younger and you could promote nationalism this way and say like, oh, well, you're a civil servant. Like this is your duty as an American. Well, that's not the case anymore.
Serving your country. Yeah. It's noble.
Now you're just like the head of like some fucking conspiracy army that, is kind of just churning out and exploiting its populace as best it possibly can.
It's crazy.
And our only way to fight back is through TikTokers.
Yeah.
Get the fucking movement going, baby.
Yeah. It's like 20-year-old TikTokers screaming and like doing.
How long? What do you think the over-under of year is before we have a former content creator as president? Think about this. Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yeah.
That's
in
true.
the 80s.
Right. And they couldn't, like, that was like the craziest thing that an actor became president.
Donald Trump was a reality TV star.
I don't know if they would want to, because they already have influence. Like, I mean, Trump already had influence, I guess, and he did it.
No, the thing is, there are, narcissism will still exist.
Yeah.
And you have to be like narcissistic and to some degree, to want to be president.
I don't know enough about Reagan, but I would imagine like it partially comes with being morally corrupt to a certain level, right? And I'm mostly judging based off of Trump.
Right.
I
mean,
but at a minimum, I would think
there's been a lot.
At a minimum, I would think your desire to be president would be born somewhat out of being either ethically or morally compromised to a small degree, to the point where like you want the power to benefit
it's sort
you.
of chicken or egg, though. Which comes first? Because I think probably being in that position corrupts you a lot. Like you probably become. Anyone who had any sort of optimism about the country goes into that and is totally jaded.
Bill Clinton was salt of the earth before he got in the White House.
Yeah.
just a good old country boy, and then he just started getting his dick sucked every day. Like, dude, I could get used to this life.
No, he was doing that shit, I think, when he was
governor
of Arkansas.
I'm obviously being sarcastic.
Someone said Mr. Beast. I mean, I could see Mr. Beast winning. I couldn't see him running, though. I think he's too good.
Well, this is the other issue, right?
But maybe
but that's the thing. That's where the narcissism comes in, where it's like yes, maybe there's people that are morally corrupt that want to be president, but there's also people that think that they can change the world or think that they can do so much good that they can change the world that also want to be president.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have a little bit of that in me, but no part of me wants to try to attempt.
Right.
I guess I just see that system is so broken. Like that wouldn't be the path that I would choose to try to scale. I would go the Elon Musk route.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And like obviously he's a psychopath on his own right. But like that's the other thing when you think about like the voters of this country, we talk about like how fast would The Rock get elected?
Oh my God, like instantly.
See, I don't know.
I honestly, I said the other day, I think
know.
if Kanye ran with Trump, they would.
No.
I think they'd win.
There's
Just because
no-
I feel like
God, I
no,
hope not.
because I feel like people would be like, let's just see.
I don't
mean,
well, that's what they did with Trump.
They just
That's
feel
literally
like,
what they did with Trump.
let's
They're
just
just
see
like,
what
let's just
happens.
see.
I mean, how much worse
Yeah,
can
how
it
much
get?
worse could it get? You know, what's the big
Let's just
deal?
see.
Like, here's the thing. I don't know that they would necessarily win presidency, but I think that they could win a primary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, especially if you put them up against like a pretty
What about
weak.
like what if it was like them and then like Guy Fieri?
Right. Like
Flavor Town, baby.
yeah, like what if The Rock runs on the Democratic side and like, you know, it's just him and fucking Sleepy Joe who somewhere along the lines might just like not even be able to medically continue. You
Yeah.
think The Rock's not going to win a popularity contest against Trump?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, man. I
I
mean,
think he will. Maybe not.
it might get the youth out.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
true.
I
The
heard,
20 somethings are going to vote for The Rock.
Yeah.
What does The Rock know about?
Nothing. That's the whole
Is
point.
The Rock, is
That's
the
the
Rock
whole point.
popular among 20-year-olds? Or is he
I think
popular
that's-
among like 40-year-olds?
yeah, I think he was popular among 20-year-olds like 20
when
years
we were
ago.
20, yeah, exactly. When we were 20,
I mean, he's
he
the
was
biggest
popular.
movie star in the world. Like, he's the highest paid movie star in the world. I would just assume that he's popular amongst all age demographics.
I think
Maybe.
20-year-olds like
TikTokers.
XQC and stuff. I don't know.
Well, yeah, of course. But they're not,
Yeah.
you know, they're not watching or rooting for The Rock.
Well, people were saying
They
like,
probably have
Yeah.
never seen him wrestle.
I-
They probably just think he's an actor.
Right,
like
exactly.
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks is a good example because like everyone I think like above 50 loves Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or
And so,
Jon
like,
Stewart.
Yeah. Well,
He's too
love Jon
polarizing.
Stewart.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think
Jon
so.
Stewart.
He's
I
already
would-
dipped
I
his
would
toe in
go
the
for Jon
politics, so we can't have him. It has to be someone like so apolitical. Like
Wait, what did he run for?
didn't. Well, he just talks politics.
who?
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. Yeah, he's never run for.
Yeah. I just think he's opinionated.
He's very opinionated. Yeah.
No, they don't want that in office.
No.
They don't. The hires that be. I don't know. Powers that be. They don't want someone.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
They
all
want
good
it
as shit.
as placid as can be.
No, that part's for sure true. I mean, like,
knocking on death's
the fucking
door.
candidates get older and older
That's
and older every
crazy.
cycle.
God.
Like,
Because
I mean,
no
it's
young
insane.
people want to do it.
They legitimately just have fucking meat puppets up there at this
Yeah,
point.
'cause-
Yeah, you saw what happened with Mitch
Yeah,
McConnell,
what
right? Where he like
He
literally
stroked
stroked
out.
out in the
and
middle
then
of things.
and then the whole world erupts in memes calling him Glitch McConnell.
Right.
It's like,
fucked.
we're so unserious
It's so
as a
fucked.
country.
Yeah.
It's just about the
Dianne
memes at this point.
Feinstein is like she's literally like she looks like death, and she's just like they just wheel her right into the like like her aides have to tell her you have to say I, and she starts going on this speech, and it was a vote like you just say I if you want to vote yes, and she's just like say I, just say I, and then she's like going on in this speech.
Don't you
like,
think they
she's
should
like,
have
all
to
right,
pass
I
like a
Jeez.
competency
Of course.
test
Of course.
every year or so?
They should also
if
have
they're
to,
getting that
at
old.
a certain age, you should have to retake your driver's
Yes,
license test. Of
that's
course.
true.
Like,
I mean, yeah. Well,
I
like
mean-
it's like if you have like a minimum age, and you should like it. Like,
of
you know,
course. It's
right?
just,
If you have
the
to be
guy
this
is
old, then
literally
you have to be
stroking
old.
out on
Right.
I think they
stage.
didn't. I think when they made that rule, they didn't think that they.
No one would ever live
The
this long.
average
They were like,
age of
no
like the
one's gonna be,
senator
like,
is like
80.
67.
Yeah, when
years
they
old
when
or
they made
something.
the you need to be 40 to run for president, they assumed that they were going to be
35.
Well, sorry, 35. They assumed that was going to be the elder statesmen of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, you only got till 50.
And now
Right,
we're gonna be living
exactly.
till 180. We're gonna be like crawling cyborgs, like in spider bodies. Like
What chance do we have?
Oh my
This is why
God.
smart people aren't having children.
yeah.
we just recognize the world around us. We're like, this
We
place
should
is
probably
fucked.
get rid of birth
Yeah.
control, honestly.
Yeah,
'cause
it's like we
something
need to clean
strong.
up our own fucking backyard before we start popping out any more kids. And now only stupid people are breeding. I don't remember what song that's from, but it actually is a great reference. Fuck, I was gonna say one more thing about that, but whatever.
Guapo's running you.
Guapa, no, he should. We've been on this.
Blackpool Sitta.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah.
great chime, Lamanna.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna be back again tomorrow, 6 p.m. as I have a date at the Bellagio,
What?
10 in the morning.
Oh.
I gotta win this. I gotta win us a backyard, Melissa.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you already won a backyard thanks to Airball.
I won a few backyards, but I'm dragging my feet a little.
He always wins a backyard and then never has a backyard.
Because then one day I lose 100K and I'm like, I just lost my backyard.
Right, that's true.
And then you win it back 20K at a time. It doesn't feel like you won back a backyard.
Yeah.
Hey, I know how you can get that backyard back.
How?
Stop 5-betting fucking
six betting.
Or whatever the hell it is.
Guapo, I won $1,500 in that hand. How much would you have won?
Not much.
Okay. So we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm going to try to twist Melissa's arm to come in one more time. We'll see. No promises.
6 p.m. I'll come.
Okay. You heard it here first. Now you guys
I just can't get up in the morning.
Socially shame her if she's not here. That's going to do it for us. Quick reminder, we do have an academy coming up September 1st through the 3rd. That's Labor Day weekend. If you guys are interested in that, head to academy.solveforwhy.io. Seats are selling out fast. We'll be back tomorrow. A lot of updates on a lot of things, I'm sure. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, ding the bell, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about The Rock running for president.
So you froze comment. Now Clinton's hooking up with his brother on TikTok.
Jesus Christ. Get us out of here, Guap. Get us out.
Peace.
See ya.